It's halftime. Clemson's losing to SMU 16-7. Here, well, halftime. I said halftime. So that means at the end of the first half. Duh. Yeah, it's been an interesting game, but SMU's winning this thing 16-7. And let's just go ahead and talk about it. I know that some people will probably blame Christopher Vizina and go, man, Vizina's 13 of 17 for 112 yards and a touchdown. He's actually put a few balls out there that guys dropped. Wesco lost the ball in the sun, but that pass was spot on. He has thrown a few passes that he almost got a few people killed. But in all fairness, so has Cade. Tyler Brown did get leveled, but we've also seen Tyler Brown make those catches. We've also seen other college wide receivers at big programs make those catches. So as I was figuring out what I was going to say at halftime and really assess this game and be fair across the board, folks, Clemson looks like they have pretty much all season long anytime they played a team, not that was really good or elite, just a team that would push back on them. And so SMU is definitely pushing back on Clemson. They are definitely fighting them. Jennings is battling injuries. This guy's, lowered his head, took off running down the field, knowing that he could get hit and whatever. But Clemson looks like Clemson. You would think that Cade was playing quarterback. So, part of that is, obviously not that good. Okay, a lot of that's not that good, but at the other side, it looks like Vizina's playing about as well as Cade has played in big games. So, me, my goal is not to sit in the middle or try to meet someone in the middle. That's not my goal, because what happens if someone's way off? Well, you have to, middle is like redefined. My goal is just to call it as I see it. If I'm wrong, at least be confidently wrong, so I can confidently realize, oh, I was wrong. I can, instead of fence straddling, just call it how I see it and go from there. But Clemson doesn't look any different right now than if Cade was running things. So you can look at that in a variety of ways, but the synopsis is that SMU is winning by 9 points in Death Valley. And if they hold on, Clemson will be 1-4 in their last 5 games at Death Valley. Who would have thought? My God, that's crazy. But anyway, hey, if you love Clemson football, even though right now things are, the elite days are gone, been beating that drum for a while, but you still love Clemson. I pulled for them when they were 3-8 in 1998. So there we go. If you love the Tigers, hope you'll subscribe, pass it along to your friends, Facebook, whatever. Pass it along to your buddies who loves Clemson football. I hope you'll subscribe. It is free. Also, have another channel called Another College Football Podcast where I talk about college football as a whole. Just started that one. And go over there and check that out. Well, that's it. What does Clemson need to do in the second half? The defense has held SMU. I mean, if the defense hadn't made a few different plays, this game right now could easily be 24-7. Maybe 31-7. Okay, maybe that's a stretch. But we could see another touchdown on the board right now. The defense has held them to 3 field goals. With that said, Clemson's offense just can't do that much. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I really have nothing profound to say. I have a few profane things to say, but profound. No, let's get into the stats. Just give you this real quick. Both teams have had the ball about the same amount of time, just for any of you who pay attention to that stuff. SMU's had the ball for 15 minutes, 16 seconds. Clemson, 14 minutes, 44 seconds. Clemson did turn over the ball when Vizina got hit. That was a fumble for anyone who watched the replay over and over. He lost control before his hand came forward. I knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's a fumble. On first downs, SMU has 9 to Clemson 6. SMU has 191 total yards, 154 in the air, 37 on the ground, to Clemson's 147 total yards, 112 in the air, and 35 on the ground. Very few penalties in this game, only 3. 2 against SMU for 15 yards, 1 against Clemson. It was an offsides. I believe it was an offsides. Either way, it was 1 for 5 yards. The stats are not too far off from one another. Chase Henderson texted me and said at one time we had actually ran the ball more with Vizina than with Adam Randall. And I get it. It's annoying. If I were them, I would bounce between Randall and this seems to be a little more of a physical game. I'd get Keith Adams Jr. in there. I'd put him out there. I'd see what he could do. But honestly, this team looks exactly like they have all season. I picked SMU to win this game, folks, not because that's what I want. It's because I try to be realistic, even though I'm a fan. A real fan never pick against their team, says a cult member. I like to be right, and I have given Clemson the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sick of it. I will pull for my team, but I mean, the writing is on the wall. This is way worse than 2023. This season will go down as a worse season than 2023, and we just really don't have. There's nothing to pull from. There's nothing good to look forward to. And it's just really sad. I mean, it's really sad, especially when you watch Clemson have that 6 consecutive playoff run. But like I always say, that coaching staff has been long gone. This coaching staff we have now, Dabo and Mike Reed, if my memory serves me correct, are the only 2 coaches left off of that coaching staff. And so this coaching staff, even if they played on that on one of those teams, here's the thing: they were not coaching, and their job would be to coach. Clemson does not have the coaching and across the board, and that's what we're seeing here. Years of poor development, years of wasting eligibility, all while people like myself, there was a few of us out there that was going, hey, guys, we have a development issue. We have inexperienced coaches. And unfortunately, the nosebleed was showing just a little blood on the tissue. I know this is a gross example. Now you're hemorrhaging. And it's hard to it's hard to stop hemorrhaging. And so, this is where the Clemson football team is at. This is where the coaching has led them. This is where the poor development over the years has led them. And so there you go. And so this looks like a team that the coaches no longer see the number one thing being winning. And we can see that now. And one of the easiest ways to define or tell what someone's goals, what they are, it's what they do and what they spend their money on. But also, if they walk up there and they point blank say, hey, winning games, winning championships is not our number one goal anymore. It was said to us. So we need to understand that the Clemson football team winning is not the number one goal anymore. It's not. And that's not me being a jerk, or that's not me saying a bunch of things that are untrue. We have been told that the number one thing is not winning anymore. And we hope to win. We want to win. We're competitive, but, and folks, that's why you're seeing right now, this SMU team is not bad, but they're not good. We saw LSU today I won't say dominated, but pretty much controlled by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat them today, giving them their second loss of the year. And so here's my point in everything I'm saying here is that it was nice to see Clemson beat Boston College and UNC. Those are 2 of the worst teams in all of college football. And I told you to pump your brakes. It's not being negative. It's just telling the truth. So this and it's really sad. In the second half, maybe the defense can force a couple of turnovers. Maybe we have a pick 6. Maybe we have a scoop and score. That could bring us back into the game. But there's something about this game that when you look at 16 to 7, you're like, that's only 9 points. The way the offense can't move the ball, But SMU's moving it just enough to get 3 points on the board. 3 points, 3 points. Well, they did get the touchdown, the long touchdown play, but get 3 points, 3 points. 9 points right now seems like 21 to me because this offense just can't move it. So anyway, folks, this is crazy. I mean, it's really, really sad. But you know, when you tell your fan base that, hey, winning national championships not the number one goal of this team, folks, we should have listened to the words. Remember Chris Tucker? What was that movie he and Jackie Chan did, Rush Hour, where he said, "Can you understand the words coming out of my mouth?" or something like that? Yeah, we have been told that winning is not the number one goal at Clemson anymore, and that's why they're 3-3, and why it looks like they're about to go 3-4. So, I didn't make that up. I didn't conjure that up. That's what we were told, and at least they told us. At least they told us. Get into the comment section before we start the second half. Got TRD. TRD's not too happy. I don't blame him in here. In fact, I'm gonna pop this up to where it's looks a little different. You see it a little better. CV is terrible. Pyramid is a gamer. Let him play. I can't say that he's terrible. I can't say. I'm not saying that he's really, really good. I'm just saying I can't say he's terrible. This offense looks like the offense with Cade in it, and that tells you how bad the offense is. Trevor Porter, fire everybody. Sorry, but our future looks doo-doo bad. Oh, yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. Flux Flow, yep. Would still rather be a Tiger than a Hurricane. Yeah, I agree with you. Thumbs up, everybody. Grafnar, thanks for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you in here. There's a members-only video that I put up a couple of days ago. You need to go check that out. They have a great kicker. They sure do. Thanks for supporting the channel on a monthly basis, Roger Parks. I would clean house. Yeah, they should. And go hire the best and then allow them to bring in their assistants that would adequately develop the players to run that system. And then Dabo Swinney trust them to do their jobs. That's what needs to happen. I don't think it is. Guaranteed CV is our starter at LSU next year. Yeah, you're right. At least we're not down by 21. We need the guts to come back like Sammy. He's a showman. Jamie Stone, I'll tell you right now, Sammy Brown is so doggone good, it's ridiculous. Sammy Brown's one of those people who self-develops. Sammy Brown is one of those people who shows up, shows out, no matter what everyone else around him is doing. And that's unbelievable. Grafnar, CV ain't bad today. He's not doing a bad job. It's not amazing, but he threw a touchdown pass to Wesco. Wesco lost it in the sun. And normally Tyler Brown would have brought down that pass. Yeah, it was dangerous. Yeah, he got leveled. I watch a lot of college football. Unfortunately, that happens a lot. And a lot of those guys they're like, if I'm going to get hit and hurt, at least I'm going to catch the pass. A rare drop from Tyler Brown. Shane, we have to get a quarterback out of the portal. We won't win 5 games next year. Shane, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not pushing, and I don't mean this rude. I really don't. Our problems go much farther. They're much worse than getting a quarterback out of the portal. We haven't developed 3 quarterbacks in a row. That's coaching. That's coaching. Yeah, we could go get someone. You're right. If you're like, well, we could get someone who's already developed. Yeah, true. I agree with you there. What about the other players, and what about the game plan? You know, someone should go crazy in the locker room. I think that I'm wondering where personal pride comes in, where someone goes, you know what? I just hate losing. Guys, who's with me? Yeah, I know our coaches over here. They're going to call something that we just, probably not going to work. But hey, we're going to execute to our very best ability, and we're going to fight. We got this. Joe Allen, you are you're very much optimistic, but I'm not. Kevin McAllister's coaching. I say let him throw it. He has better mechanics than Klubnik. I'd throw it downfield too. I'm glad that they started to. Let me see. This is painful to watch. Dabo needs to be a man to admit he made a bad hire and remove Riley now. He needs to admit that most of his coaching staff should have never been hired, is what he needs to do, Michael. This coaching staff as a whole is not good. Riley may be the fall guy, but those position coaches across the board, I will lay off of Matt Luke because everywhere else he's been amazing. He comes to Clemson and things are not looking that good this year. So that's how bad it is in Tiger Town right now. But Coach Swinney has a bunch of first-timers coaching, a bunch of guys who's never coached at this level before, and it's showing. It's showing. Chase Henderson, my old buddy, talked to him today on the phone. He's at the game, supporter of a channel. Thank you, man, for supporting on a monthly basis. I swear the deep routes are not ever the first read. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I don't get it, but hey, let me tell you this. It is what it is, my friend. It's just you sit there and shake your head. JR the gent, Kate is better than this. Why won't they let CV sling it or put Perriman in and coaching is terrible? T-Unit, SMU's quarterback doesn't have a problem playing injured for his team. Good to see you, T-Unit. Brendan Adams, what do you think of that fumble? I thought he was going forward, in my opinion. I think it was if you look at it, that one angle, before his arm started to snap to go forward, the ball was already starting to roll out. I believe they got the right call there. Hey, teach their own. Has Tristan Smith gotten a target? Seems like he's out there a lot. If they do, they'll run a play to him like they would run to a guy my size at 5'9" instead of utilizing his 6'5" frame downfield. I don't know. Another quarterback draw, Cedric Green. Brian, us and y'all may be decent in game this year. Yeah, y'all's only, and I'm not talking trash here. I saw a lot of the South Carolina, Oklahoma game, and y'all's only scoring drive was when about 4 flags, and they were merited. They were merited. Oklahoma did what they did, and it was the right calls. Was when those flags drove y'all all the way down to inside the yard line, and that play calling almost cost y'all a touchdown there. I mean, it was anyway. I told Gamecock fans they were not going to be happy with Shula and that Dowell Loggins was the man. And I'm not talking about you, Eddie, and I'm not talking about a few of you. A lot of Gamecock fans told me I was wrong. Watch y'all's record again. I know we're terrible, but that's not changing what's happening in Columbia. Watch y'all's record again, Gamecock fans. Again, not to Eddie. Not to you, Eddie. Dabo should fight someone in the locker room. I say this with much respect for Coach Swinney. This is the fruit of his hirings. Said past 2 years, fire Riley. Just about what we thought this game would be. If Jennings were full go, it would be fully out of hand by now. Wouldn't doubt it. Vizina simply doing what he should be doing when given the chance. He's making decent progress. This is why I hope we will see better quarterback development. It's like they're using a magic 8 ball as co-offensive coordinator. Why can't our O-line block? I don't know. Imagine Death Valley being the hardest place to play for the home team. Yeah, that's where we're at. Let me see some really, really good comments. Well, folks, I know that the second half has either started or it's about to. But here's what I'm going to say here. I will see you win or lose, and it's probably going to be lose after this. But I mean, it's just, I mean, honestly, folks, I picked SMU to win this ball game, and I hate it. I truly hate it. I hate to be on a channel that I created to talk about my favorite team, and I had to be humiliated enough by my own team that I now had to go with my gut and go, SMU's winning this ball game. Clemson hasn't learned anything. They haven't. And the next time you hear about all those playoff runs that they had, remember 6 of those was with a coaching staff that hasn't been at Clemson in years. About the time everything started going, that's not a coincidence. And so we don't have the coaching on the sidelines. And this is what you get. It's hard to pour in something to them that you don't have. That's just life. Forget football. That's just life, but especially in football. It's hard to develop someone when you don't know how to develop them because you haven't been developed as a coach yet, but now you're coaching what was one of the premier brands in college football. This is what happens, folks. This is why I was losing it 2 and 3 years ago. This is why I was losing it. I was trying to get us away from this moment and bring awareness and say, guys, if someone will just listen, and this is where we're at. I wasn't being negative. I was being realistic, and I hate it. I hate it for all of us. All right, folks, y'all take care of yourself. I'll see you.